Wizards got their 10th win last night, but I want to take you back 2 weeks. We had a Post Sports Live event where Marcin Gortat was our guest, and this was right as the Wizards went on that 7-2 run in 2 weeks. They reached 500 at 9-9. Let's cut to the clip, and then we'll come back on the other side.
We can't get cocky. We can't get too confident about it. We just got to keep working, and obviously it's a great feeling. Winning is fun, but we got a few easy games coming up now. We got to win those games. That's it.
All right, so that was met with a little bit of a groan. I mean, in one sense, it was great that you're hearing some confidence from the Wizards, which you haven't necessarily heard in years past from a new player, and he's been a huge part of this team so far. But then they went on to lose their next 4 games. Granted, Nene was out and Bradley Beal as well, but saying easy games. I mean, Dan, I want to ask you first. Bradley Beal comes back last night and scores 21 points. Is he now the go-to guy? Is that how it's going to be for the next foreseeable future? Is he going to be the guy with the ball in his hands at the end?
Just making faces. I think they've had a couple games recently where John Wall had the ball in his hands at the end of the game, and it didn't really work out. And Beal had just hit 3 big shots to get them back tied or 1 point behind, I guess, the Knicks at that point. So, yeah, I mean, I think any Wizards fan at this point would want that guy to have the ball in his hands. I would caution from taking too much away from that particular game when you're playing just a horrible team, right? I mean, you know the Knicks better than I.
Still a road game.
Yeah, a road game. I mean,
without
Knicks
Nene.
have been awful at the guard.
They blew a double-digit lead. They came back. They got the win. It was a great win. Good for them. But let's not take too much away from that particular one. I still think long-term, the biggest key for the Wizards is if Nene can be healthy at all, because
that's the biggest.
It just totally changes the team when he's
absolutely.
on the floor.
Did anybody see the end of the game?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What the Knicks did
Oh
afterwards?
my goodness.
Yeah,
Mike
not
Woodson or the players
3
not calling a
timeouts,
timeout and giving yourself possession at half court with 6 seconds after Bradley Beal scores on an easy layup. It was incredible. It was like coaching 101.
So that was more an indictment on the Knicks than the
but
Wizards
still, they
actually
came. They were down 6 points late. Beal hits that 3.
They were.
14 points
I
in
don't
the
care
fourth
if
quarter.
Beal or Wall become an all-star first. It doesn't matter to me. Both of those guys, there is a backcourt future here. It remains to be seen, as Dan said, LeVar shook his head at, and we all are not in agreement. Nene can't be Nene play. He's got to find a way to actually get on the court this season.
LeVar, is that? I mean, that ultimately that's the key.
I've been saying that since before the season started. If Nene is playing, this team can win. If he's not playing, forget about it. If you don't have now Marcin, I like his presence. I like the way that he plays. I just think that Nene adds that element.
The
that
two of them
this
together.
Team,
yeah.
I think they have to have him, but he doesn't. I think I also said that I don't think he'll make more than 50 games.
You did say that.
So. You work it out the way you want to work it out.
And it's a small sample size, but you saw the team was able to weather some games when Beal first went out, and they were still able to win some because Nene was playing. Without Nene may be the most important factor on this team as far as being able to win.
I think you might be right, but the remarkable thing is they lose 4 straight games.
Yep.
They win 1 to get to 10 and 13,
10
and now they're the 6th seed again.
Yeah,
they're
that's
the 6th
right.
seed of the East.
They were the 3 seed for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, it's ridiculous, and it's still December. But if you wind up as anything but the 7 or 8 seed, and you're facing Atlanta, like, why couldn't this Wizards team beat Atlanta?
But if you're
I think they
if
could
you're
be a
not
second-round
1-2 in
playoff
the East,
team.
it doesn't matter. It's 1-2 and then everybody else.
Yeah, but
Well,
for them
sure,
to,
but if this season would somehow wind up in the second round of the
for
playoffs,
this
that would
team,
be a huge
I think
win
this
for
team's
them.
got to be a top 4 seed to make it to the second round. I think they have to have home court.
If you got LeBron back here for a second-round series, or for that matter, the
Yeah, how
Pacers,
much fun would that be?
people would go nuts.
People might watch this show for that.
You're losing that series probably in 5 or less
we
games,
would have to be
but
a sports
still.
town for things like that.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a shot. All right.